everyone, this video will be about what I do to get ready for Golem. I've been asked several times how I don't have the best stats in my kingdom, but I do have great damage stats, and I've been asked how I'm able to hit the Golem so hard when I don't have the best stats. A lot of it is due to formation, so I'll touch on that, but I wanted to show you what I do to get ready for hitting Golem, and also what I do with my war tomes, and that's about it. I think that I get relics and war tomes, I change around, so I'll show you the different hits for like a mixed march, and then just like a regular attack march, and then my Golem crit march, which I use for most PvE marches. Okay, so to start, I will go, we'll just do my basic marches first because I don't want to reset my war tomes just yet, but we'll go up to my Lord picture. I make sure to buy the Crown of Command, which gives me that march capacity boost. And then I'll get a Dragon Blade or Battle Blade. I already had the Dragon Blade for Solaris, so I'll apply the Crown of Command. And then I'll go to my city buffs, and I'll make sure I at least have the attack buff and the march capacity buff going. And then I go to my heroes, and I appoint Gawain. He gives you a march capacity boost as well. So basically you just want the most buffs that you can. And then, last but not least, I will go to the Colossal March and activate it. So now I have to be efficient in this and do it really fast. And I'll try and include everything that I want to talk about. But first, I will show you just like a mixed march kind of a deal. Just like an equalized march that includes all my troops. And I'll do 2 hits. I'll use the same heroes, but I'll do 2 hits so you can see the difference. Okay, so here's Golem. I will do 2 hits with the equalized march, and then 2 hits with my like normal PvP attack march, and then I'll go in and change things and show you my crit march. So we'll just equalize my troops, and then we'll march, and what you gotta do is you gotta switch Gawain for the actual attack hero, and you gotta switch your Crown of Command over, all in 30 seconds, so I'll do that. Okay, so damage not bad, but not great. I can do so much better than that. Okay, so we'll switch back to Gawain and the Crown of Command. Okay, so pretty consistent there. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to show you my normal attack, which includes a lot of infantry. Now, normally my attack, I put Mordred in there, but for these purposes, I'm going to put in Dindrain. And then I'm going to move the scale. I'm going to just add cavalry. Okay, so for this one, we have 28 million, whereas the other one was 28 million as well. So that's good to know. Okay, a little less consistent, but that's okay. We're still at 28 million. The last one was 28.1. This one is 28.5. That's totally fine for the experiment. Okay, now this third round that I'm going to do, I'm going to show you my Golem crit before changing War Tomes around, just so you can see. Okay, so we have Golem crit here, and I don't have T13 Bowman yet, so that'll change, but I'm just going to add more T13 Cavalry. Sorry, no I'm not. I'm gonna add Bowman. Okay, so just to show you for the Golem crit, that is much better. So Golem is an infantry type monster. Most PvE is, so you really don't need infantry against an infantry monster. You want a lot of cavalry and even more bowmen, depending on your heroes that you use and your war tomes and things like that, and your stats obviously. My damage stats are better on bowmen, so that's where I focus for PvE. So we've got 42 million here and 41 million. That's much better than 28. So now I'm going to change over my war tomes and we'll see how that changes things. So this is going to go pretty fast, but what I do is I have 84 war tomes. What I do is I first go through each tier of troops that are in my crit Golem march and start at the top and add to any of the tiers that add damage, and then in any of the individual tiers that add attack, and then I'll go to the first ones on the list for bowmen and cavalry, because those will add attack power to all troop types of that category. Okay, so I've got all my war tomes set. I'm going to go back to the Golem. Make sure Gawain is appointed. And that Crown of Command. And we're going to use the same Golem crit. I'm going to add more bowmen. Okay, so my last score on the Golem crit without moving my war tomes was 41 and 42. Now, with Golem crit and moving all of my war tomes, my damage is, drumroll please, 45 and 45. So if I do this march 10 times, because you can only hit the Golem 10 times, I could potentially get about 450 million points. I think that's pretty good. I don't know about your kingdoms, but that's pretty up there for Golem. Now, because I was switching around on this test video, it's not going to be as good, but definitely it costs what, 2,000 gold for the Crown of Command. Costs a bit for the Battle Blade. I don't know exactly how much. And then it costs, well, technically 2,000 to reset your tomes, once to reset it to Golem March, and then another to get it back into your attack. But if it's worth it to you to get top Golem damage, then this whole process might be worth it for you, because you can get a lot more damage out of your marches. First with the Golem crit, and then second with changing your war tomes around. Okay, these last two, we've got 46 million, and then back down to 45 million. So as you can see in the Golem rankings, damage rankings, I got a total of 378. However, because there's only 10 hits, if I had done the Golem my way, that I do it, rather than doing the test for you guys, then I would have had potentially about 450 million damage, which is pretty high. And some of our guys don't go all out on the golem for their own reasons, and that's totally fine. But if you want that top damage, this is a good way to go about it. That's it for Golem that I have. Now keep in mind, this may not be worth it for you every time. That's okay. Um, but one thing that I've noticed is when it's really worth it is for um, getting the best damage out of your Solaris test golem. I can't remember what it's called, but it's the test golem before you, that's like the season's eve before you get into Solaris. So the one where you have to hit it like 20 times. It's a really good one for testing your single hit top damage, moving troops around and moving tomes around and things like that. So that's a good one to use this. But also, just the regular crit formation that I had, which was, only infantry, sorry, only cavalry and bowmen. That is good for any PvE march. And then moving your tomes around if you've got quite a bit to do some damage there, pun intended. Um, Moving those tomes around for alliance hunt bosses is also really good use for those tomes. So anyway, that's all I have for Golem damage rankings. Thanks for watching.